All right, what's up, everyone? It's Aztec 101 in the ring. And I'm a little late on this, but this is not just a post-fight reaction, but also analysis of the fight. Canelo versus Triple G. I'm 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 gonna go into detail what I think about the outcome, what happened in the fight, but I do want to say I'm very satisfied. Um, I'm happy with the fight. I hope they do this again. By now, I hope you guys already know that this turned out to be a split decision draw. Um, and you know what? Based on predictions, based on the way people were analyzing this fight, that should have never happened. From a few years ago to say that Triple G was just going to walk through Canelo, to say that he was just going to destroy Canelo, beat him, he won't last 6 rounds. But to have this type of fight happen, very competitive, very competitive. And I don't want to use this as I don't want to use this as an opportunity to shit on Triple G, but I did expect more from Triple G based on the hype, based on what people were saying. I expected more from Triple G. Turned out to be a very competitive match, and the prime example. I've been hearing that Canelo should not be standing along the ropes. Oh, he better not do that against Triple G. Right? Why? Why? What's going to happen if Canelo leans against the ropes? Oh, he better not lean against the ropes against Triple G. Okay. What happened? Nothing. Nothing. Triple G hit air. He was hitting air. He was really slow. He was slow. And Canelo, on the other hand, did tire out somewhere along the middle of the fight. And it gave Triple G an opportunity to start picking up rounds, start landing punches. But still, even a tired Canelo wasn't hurt in this fight. Not to say that Triple G doesn't have overwhelming power. He was still able to knock down his last opponent in Daniel Jacobs. You know what I mean? And there was no knockdown in this fight. I did want Canelo to let his hands go a little bit more. I didn't want him to be so. I was kind of yelling at my screen. I was going, throw some jabs, throw some jabs. Don't just let Triple G try to set something up. But I know that Canelo's focus was countering, and he pulled off that game really well. He moved well. He dodged a lot of bullets, man. He was the Matrix in there. And I would like to know what people think. I would like to know who. This was a very close fight, and there's a good chance a handful of you out there probably saw this going either way. So maybe you guys don't agree with the draw. If you think that Triple G won, let me know. If you think Canelo won, let me know. I was scoring, but I was scoring mostly I was trying to enjoy the fight. I had Canelo winning the first 4 rounds, 5 rounds, and then I just started enjoying the fight. I noticed that he picked up on the 12th, but when I heard the draw, it made sense. It made sense. I thought Canelo won, but it made sense. I would like to see this fight again because even if you score it for Canelo, it's not that kind of victory where you're gonna say, well, one person definitely won the fight. I want to see the fight again. I want to see the fight again. And I'm going to notice that there's people's opinion is going to change in the next fight. I think Canelo will be highly favored in the rematch. Seeing the way that this fight turned out, seeing how Triple G was not able to wear down Canelo, like a lot of people were saying. A lot of people were saying that this fight wasn't going to last, that Canelo didn't have a chance. So the second time around, I think boxing fans will be leaning a little bit more towards Canelo. And I don't know. I kind of want to know what you guys think. Marvin Gardens, you had it 8-3-1. 8-3-1 Golovkin? Wait, one round for Canelo and 3 rounds that were a draw? Or third was even? Oh, you had it Golovkin. He third is he okay. Well, what rounds did you give to Canelo? You know, because I had up to the fifth round. Canelo was winning every round up to the fifth round. So if let's say I don't score the sixth round for Canelo, um, if I don't score the sixth round for Canelo and he gets the 12th, that makes sense on a draw. Um, but from what I remember, Triple G wasn't picking up the fight until the seventh round. This is when I'm gonna have to start. See, this is why I gotta watch the fight again. I was enjoying the fight and I wasn't scoring. And I'm sure a lot of you guys were doing the same thing. So I'm gonna rewatch the fight and I'm gonna give you guys tomorrow an official scorecard, and then maybe we can talk a little bit deeper into, what we disagree, which rounds. But as of right now, I do know that I was writing down my score, and I had the first 5 rounds, Canelo winning. 8-4 Triple G. Wait, Marvin Gardens, you gave the fourth round to Triple G, and you gave the fifth round to Triple G. Yeah, no, that's being very, very, very generous to Triple G. Very generous. Um, Almost outside of what really happened. I mean, did Triple G won those rounds? See, I saw Canelo um, starting quick. He started fast. First round, he took it. Second round, he maintained his pace. Third round, he was timing Triple G. Triple G started picking up the jab a little bit more, but was missing so many punches. I think Triple G was the more, how would I say? He was throwing more punches. He was a more active fighter, but I mean, I can't score just based on activity. I mean, what punches landed? Um, they weren't effective. They didn't seem effective at all. He had a hard time cutting off the ring against Canelo. Isn't that weird? Triple G had a hard time cutting off the ring against Canelo. That shit tripped me out when I was watching it. Insane fighter. I thought like I'm gonna have to if you're asking me how I saw it, I have to rewatch the fight to give you guys an official scorecard. But I do know that up to the fifth round, I had Canelo winning those rounds. I don't agree with any scorecard that doesn't at least give Canelo the first 5 rounds. I don't think there's an argument to make that Triple G won the fourth round, the fifth round. Absolutely not. But I didn't have Canelo winning as far as the scorecard. I think it was 118, 111, or for Canelo, I didn't have it that wide. I had it, the margin was very close. Considering that I stopped scoring after the fifth round, and I know that the 12th round went to Canelo. So if I go back and watch it, and I see that Canelo wins the sixth, the 11th, then I'll come back and say, okay, the 118, 111 makes sense. But as of right now, I saw it much more even, and there were a few rounds that I want to see again because it's hard to score, man. It was just hard to score. The later rounds, Triple G was catching up. Did it live up to the hype for you? For me, it did. Yeah, it was a boxing match, man. Of course it lived up to the hype. Of course it lived up to the hype. The only thing, though, is that, I was wondering, will Canelo be able to last if he's taking heavy shots? But I was very surprised at how difficult it was for Triple G to cut off the ring on Canelo. How hard it was for Triple G to land while Canelo was along the ropes. It surprised me how he wasn't landing body shots as I expected. I thought Triple G was going to go to the body. You got someone moving around. I would think that you would go to the body, not just headhunt. And Triple G landed some big shots, and it didn't phase Canelo like I thought. And I've been hearing like all the hype telling me that, well, if Triple G lands that punch, Canelo's going down. I saw him land a few punches, pretty good solid punches, and fucking Canelo didn't budge. But look, it's not one of those fights where saying Canelo won is taking anything away from Triple G, right? Because it wasn't that kind of fight. I guess what we're arguing is who took what round, because the fight in total, it looks very, 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 very even. It doesn't feel like there's a winner after this, and that's why they very good setup for a rematch. That's what he should have done. I think Abel was telling him to do that. Yeah, well, as far as what Abel was trying to get to Triple G was, trying to slow down Canelo, because which he did. He was able to slow. It worked. He was able to slow down Canelo, but it was just simply by applying pressure, consistent pressure. And what ended up happening is that consistent pressure became very predictable. And I don't know if you guys realized this while watching the fight. It seemed like every round almost seemed very similar what Triple G was doing. Canelo, consistently, I would see him dodge the right hand and step back and around the corner. And as he moved from one corner to corner, there was that right hand that Triple G was trying to land as Canelo's moving away. And he was always missing that shot. And it just looked very repetitive from Triple G. His offense looked repetitive. It didn't seem like Canelo had to think too much. He just kind of had to get used to what combinations Triple G throws. And it seems like, all the other fighters that fight Triple G, they don't know how to parry a jab. They don't know how to defend themselves. They don't know about head movement. Like, no one told them to move your fucking head. You know what I mean? Shit, Canelo did a lot better than what anybody thought was going to. I'm sure most Golovkin fans thought this was going to end in a stoppage. You know what I mean? It didn't. Not even close. It's not even close. This wasn't a one-sided fight. This was a very, very even fight. And I got to give credit to Golovkin. I think that, he took the punches well from Canelo. Let's see. Roxy M, I'm sorry, but Canelo was my boy as well as Triple G. But yes, I admit I was going for Triple G and don't regret it. Still am. Why? Because only a true man and boxer will stand up to take a punch and give a punch. Yeah, and that's why I gotta give respect to Triple G, man. He showed up to fight. He was throwing punches. He was consistently missing, but he was throwing punches. He was trying. He gave 100% effort throughout the entire fight. Canelo was a little slicker, a lot slicker. And we already knew this coming into the fight. But I'm sure the expectations for people on what Triple G was going to do to Canelo was a little bit unrealistic. Because reality just struck. And guess what? they seem pretty evenly matched. You know, it doesn't seem like Triple G is going to walk through, in this rematch, walk through Canelo. Fuck no. You thought Canelo would wash Triple G. You thought Canelo would wash Triple G? I mean, I was saying that I would expect this to look a lot easier for Canelo, and I did say that I had, you know, Canelo knocking out Triple G. So yeah, I got to give Triple G credit. Um, but on the other hand, too, after hearing so many people say that, you know, Triple G was this monster puncher, and if he gets you along the ropes, and the way he cuts off the ring and the jab and all of that bullshit was non-existent in the fight. Insane Fighter, you got to admit, Aztec Triple G was more of a Mexican tonight than Canelo. Well, Insane Fighter, I got to disagree. I got to disagree 100%. Because you can't be a Mexican fighter and not land body shots. I'm sorry, Triple G, what, he landed 8 body shots, or I don't know what the fuck he did. But he wasn't going to the body, and Canelo was. That's Mexican style. He countered Triple G and went to the liver whenever he could. So no, I think that's where Triple G just showed he doesn't have the Mexican style. He's got to come forward, very aggressive, very difficult to deal with type of style, but it's not a Mexican style. You can't have Mexican style without throwing body shots. You can't. That's like, I don't know, man. That's like, fuck, man. That's like having a car without wheels or an engine. You know? Having a house without a roof. That shit, I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense. It's like having a joint with no weed. You know what I mean? It's a little empty. No one loses tonight. This is another comment from Insane Fighter. No one loses tonight, guys. We got what we wanted. The losing comes in the rematch. Yeah, that's true, man. I think that's true. I think everyone won. Both guys walk away with the ability to do this again. This wasn't finalized in this fight, and we win because now we get another great fight, and we get to have stiffer competition in 2018. You know, that's something to look out for. 2018, hopefully it turns out to be better than this year. But so far, I can't complain. I can't complain. I think the only people that are going to complain are people that were highly invested in either fighter winning. You know what I mean? Where like it's almost an obsession, you know. I guarantee you there's going to be channels, Triple G fans that are going to call this a robbery. I bet you Canelo fans that are really hardcore, they might call it a robbery. But this was no robbery. This was probably explains why we have 3 judges. You can get mad at one of the judges. You could disagree with one of the judges. But there's a reason why we have 3. It doesn't always mean that someone's getting paid off. Because if you're going to pay someone off, you have to pay all 3. You can't just pay one guy. What kind of strategy is that? If people think that one judge that gave it to Canelo, if they think that he got paid off, that's a waste of fucking money if you're not going to pay off the other 2. Come on. So this turned out to be a lot closer to my assessment of the fight without a full scorecard. Let's see here. I'm gonna read Cobra V27. The Triple G decline is too obvious now. This was the best Canelo I've seen so far, and Triple G isn't looking good anymore. Yeah, I don't know if this was a decline or if this is just him fighting stiff competition. You know, because a lot of you guys are probably looking at his last couple fights. But I wouldn't say Kell Brook is a step up in competition. But I would say that Daniel Jacobs is, you know, leap and bounds ahead of anyone he's ever fought. And then now he's fighting Canelo, or he fought Canelo, and look at what happened. So we're getting closer fights. We're seeing fights last 12 rounds. And that's just because he's not fighting bums anymore. You know what I mean? That's what it is. People already saying it was fixed. Well, you could expect that. People were saying this fight was going to be fixed before the fight even happened. Before the fight was even announced. Actually, there were people saying that the fight was fixed not to happen. These conspiracy theorists were talking about how the fight wasn't even going to happen. Then when the fight is announced, and they're going to say, well, someone's going to get injured. It's going to be put off. I don't believe it. I need to see them go to the weigh-in. Finally, we get to the weigh-in. Then people are saying fucking some other conspiracies. Well, Canelo didn't make weight. Now they're going to come into it and say, oh, well, Canelo got robbed or Triple G got robbed. Fucking, it gets a little frustrating sometimes, even paying attention to the nonsense, because it takes away from the fact that we had a good night of boxing. We had a really good night of boxing. So I have to give respect to both guys. Boxing comments, what's up, bro? I actually scored it a draw. Canelo took took 3 early rounds, and the last 3 for sure. Well, like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you jumped in then, but I had been scoring the fight between the 1st and 5th round. I was scoring it. And then I just wanted to enjoy the fight. And I had the 1-5 to Canelo. So, I mean, if you're saying that he won the 10th, the 9th and 10th, or the 10th, 11th, and 12th, then if you add those last 3 plus the 5 that I have, I mean, you'll get close to 118, 111. But that is kind of far. That is far off. I don't agree with the scorecard, but I do think that overall, the way the judges are supposed to work, where you have 3 judges. There's a reason why you have 3 judges. I think the system worked. In this situation, the right call was made, and it worked through the system that we have. So it worked. Like, people need to chill the fuck out. No robbery, no fucking, it worked. This is how the system is supposed to work. Saunders versus Canelo next gets Triple G. Well, boxing comments, I think, why not? Triple G Canelo next. Saunders can wait, man. That fool can wait. That fool can wait. I don't want to see any other fight other than the rematch between Canelo and Triple G. No tune-ups, no nothing. I want to see them jump back into the ring. That's the only way to do it anyways. Like, why get distracted with another fight and another fighter and then coming up with a different game plan? Roll off the steam. I mean, Canelo feels he won the fight. So if he feels he won the fight, then do it right away. Now you know what to do. Now you know what to win, how to win. Some people, Ramon Correa, unlike Triple G fanatics, we can deal with our fighters losing. You don't see channels that say Camelot got robbed or Canelo got robbed. You wrote Camelot. Canelo got robbed, but definitely channels that Triple G got robbed are being made as we speak. Well, yeah, man, there's no honor in this YouTube shit. People just say what they want. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a lot of sour people. Check this out. Check this out. At the end of the day, Triple G didn't do what they said he was going to do. At the end of the day, he didn't do that. Canelo was. They were saying Canelo better not stay along the ropes, and that's what he did the whole fight. Nothing happened. They were saying that Triple G can cut off the ring like no one else. Guess what? He had a hard time cutting off the ring against Canelo. Isn't that shit crazy? Then they were saying Triple G was the one to land the effective jab. Well, guess what? It was missing, and he was hitting air all night. Ineffective. All the things that Triple G was supposed to do. Oh, he's going to go to the body. Really? Really? Well, just wait till you look at the punch stats. You're going to be really surprised. So, yeah, they're upset. They're upset. They were watching a completely different fight, man. Triple G fans were completely 100% watching a different fight. Canelo lost hard time or not? Rascalot, what's up, dog? Canelo lost hard time or not? What do you mean by that? Oh, CompuBox is bullshit. Well, yeah. I mean, all I'm saying is that Triple G didn't land to the body, bro. Like we all saw, Triple G wasn't going to the body. Everyone was talking about how Triple G had those, had the body shot on lockdown. He was supposed to be Mexican style. How can you say you're Mexican style and you're not throwing liver shots? In your opinion, Canelo lost. Yeah, well, I saw Canelo win, but I'm happy with the draw because I get to see the fight again. I didn't see Triple G do much to win a lot of these rounds. He was very active, but he wasn't landing his shots, man. He was missing and getting hit, getting countered. I'm gonna watch the fight again tomorrow. I'm gonna do a full breakdown of my scorecard. So just watch out for that tomorrow. I'll do an official scorecard. I only scored it up to the 5th round, and I had Canelo winning every round in the first 5 rounds. So, I mean, Triple G scores look high because he lands tons of jabs, but Canelo landed more bombs. He landed a lot of pity-pat jabs, a lot of little small touches on the inside. That's the opportunity Canelo gave him to hit. But at mid-range, where Triple G is really effective, Canelo was not in the same place at one time. He was constantly moving. So, he's just a difficult target. And Triple G was respecting the power. A lot of people out there wasn't respecting the power, but it doesn't really matter. The only one that had to respect it was Triple G. And you could tell throughout the entire fight. I thought Triple G, I was hearing Triple G was going to walk through Canelo. I didn't see it. JJ not buying another boxing pay-per-view. UFC, here I come. Anyone coming? No. Go away. You're going to go to the UFC? All right, what a weirdo. If you weren't happy with this fight, then, this sport isn't for you. It's not for everyone. You know what I mean? You want to see, you want to see World Star, you can watch World Star. Go watch World Star fights. You know what I mean? You want to see guys, hug each other? Go watch UFC. You like the guys in the spandex, in the little bikinis? If you like seeing guys in bikinis fight, go watch the UFC. You know what I mean? But this is boxing. This is probably not for you. Let's see here. Let's be real. Rounds 3 to 12. Canelo fought a total of 6 minutes. Triple G won. Three to 12. Canelo fought. Dude, it's about how many. It's about landing punches, man. I can't go like if and just admit you were casual. Like, don't say, "Oh, I've been following boxing," because this kind of fight would excite any boxing fan, and I think every boxing fan would have enjoyed this fight. Um, but don't act like you know how to score this fight, man. It's not like the UFC. It's not like the UFC. UFC, you can hold someone down for 5 minutes and you can say, "Oh, he dominated the fight for 5 minutes." Ah, fuck that shit, man. Who landed the effective punches and when? I mean, it's a scoring. It's a scoring. And we're all going based on the eye test as of right now. Give it a few days and you're going to get a lot of people watching the fight, giving a better commentary on what rounds they give to who, because there's a lot of close rounds in this fight. I may watch it again and give the first round of Triple G, even though I gave it to Canelo. So I need to see this fight again. Rascalot, UFC equals sleep. Yeah, man. It equals sleep. it's I don't know. Hey, you know what, you guys, if that's for you, then go. No one else is going for you. Boxing equals corrupt. Corrupt equals screwing my money over again. I'm a Canelo fan. I was rooting for him to knock out, but Triple G won. Dude, look, you can't get bitter because the guy you were rooting for didn't win like you wanted him to win, bro. Like, that's... you want to get mad at boxing because you didn't like the way Canelo fought. Because you thought Canelo was going to knock out Triple G. Come on, bro. If you're really a boxing fan, you would have known that Triple G's never been knocked out. So that's setting the bar high already. I mean, it's cool to talk shit with other people, Triple G fans, and you tell them, Canelo's going to knock him out, you know? But in the back of your head, you got to know that that's going to be tough, you know? That's going to be tough. You can't get mad because it didn't happen. You're sick of these damn... They did their job, bro. The fight was fucking even. This was no one can walk away from this fight and say that one person beat the other one. I don't think Canelo can walk away from this fight and say he convincingly won. Triple G can't walk away from this fight and say he convincingly won. Neither one. So the system is there's 3 judges. All right? 3 judges. And guess what? One had it for Canelo, one had it for Triple G, and the other one scored it a draw. Makes it a split decision draw. The system works. The system works. And then JJ too. You know, if you want to go to the UFC where guys are taking fucking steroids and shit, go watch that. Go watch these steroided guys out with cocaine and shit fucking knock each other out. But like Triple G would say, this is boxing. All right, so let's see here. Undefeated doesn't mean shit when each undefeated fighter have political scores in their favor. I'm sick of boxing. What do you mean undefeated? Canelo isn't undefeated. Triple G's undefeated, but now he has a draw because this was a close fight, bro. Like, I don't know what you like. It's one thing to say that this was that. Oh, I saw Triple G winning, 7-5. I saw 7-5. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, bro. Were you watching the HBO card and just watching and you saw because a lot of people that just start watching boxing, I notice when the announcers are giving their scores, they take it serious. Like, those are the judges. So what the announcers are saying, they convince, and the announcers were giving Triple G way too much credit. Way too much credit. And they started backing off a little bit, but They were giving almost every round to Triple G, even though Triple G wasn't landing much. He wasn't doing anything significant. There was nothing that was really effective, and that's it. I mean, that's what was going on. One judge was bought and paid for 10 rounds for Triple G. One judge is always on Golden Boy payroll. New York City Durrani. That's what I was saying. Bro, it doesn't make sense. You really think you're going to go in there and just buy out one judge? Why buy out one judge? It takes 2 out of the 3. It seems like a half-assed job. If you're going to go and waste money and buy a judge, first of all, why would you buy a draw? Second of all, why wouldn't you pay 2 judges so you get the win for sure? You think that you bought one draw? Come on, guys. Come on. Have you guys been to a fight? You guys are watching the fight on TV. 360 degrees of camera showing you what's going on. While the guys judging the fight, they're sitting and watching one angle. So do some of these guys get it wrong? Do they get it different? Do we disagree with judges' scorecards? It happens all the time in every fucking fight. In every fight. In every fight. If this is new to you, like if you're watching this and you guys go, oh, I'm just tired because I can't agree with the boxing judges and they're always scoring something else that I thought, like, that's how boxing works, bro. It's been like that for years. That's why you got 3 judges, because you ask 3 different people what happened in a fight and you're going to get 3 different stories. I just don't understand. 118, 110, 10 rounds to 2 for Triple G. Oh, New York City. You weren't watching the fight then. 10 rounds to 2? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You weren't watching the fight then. Were you watching the shit on your phone? 10 rounds to 2? I'll tell you this much. I was scoring it from the first round to the 5th. I gave it to Canelo. That's it. And then I stopped scoring and just started enjoying the fight because I saw, oh, Canelo's going to win it. You know what I mean? Was a bad score, though, if you're admitting the fight was close and no one won, because 118, 110, that's a clear win. Rascal, that's what I'm saying. Well, here's the thing, man. If New York City Durrani is saying that it's 118, 110 for Triple G, is that also a ridiculous scorecard given to Triple G? Because I didn't see anything that wide. This was a close fight. It was a close fight. I don't have a complete scorecard yet. I stopped scoring after the 5th round. You know what I mean? So, I'm not mad at the draw, even though I thought Canelo won. I don't have a complete scorecard, so I don't have much ammunition. So I need to watch the fight again, and I'm not mad at the draw, because it really didn't look like anybody won convincingly. You wrote down 10 rounds to 2 for Triple G, bro. That's what I was responding to. New York City Durrani. You wrote down 10 rounds to 2 for Triple G. So that's what. If you're saying that's what one of the judges scored it. Boxing comments, UFC equals ultimate fruitcakes. Ramon Correa, Triple G fans sound like Trump supporters. You know, fake news. Fake news. Canelo getting a draw, that's fake news. Canelo was backing up Triple G. Fucking Triple G couldn't cut off the ring on Canelo. That was insane. That blew my mind. That's what I got out of it. JJ, Triple G ate them and countered. Well, here, JJ, this is what we're saying. If Triple G eats punches, you have to score that for Canelo. Triple G eating 2, 3 punches and countering and missing and landing one shot here and there is not winning the fight, bro. Him eating punches is not winning the fight. Him, this is the new boxing fan. Like, if you eat punches, you're winning the fight now. Rematch, Canelo will win. Triple G will be 36. That's old for boxing and his style. I mean, if the fight happens in 6 months, I don't think Triple G will be too old. Within 6 months, he won't be too old. He won't be too old. You know, we've seen fighters fight way past that and still win matches and at a high level. So there's no reason for him to fight or to not fight. Rematch, Canelo was light on his feet. To my surprise, didn't know he had that type of footwork. Well, I mean, I think it was just Triple G is very flat-footed and he walks, he stalks his opponent, but he was following Canelo. He didn't know which way Canelo was going to go, and he was kind of worried about a counter, and there was just a lot of factors that Triple G had to worry about because he didn't know when Canelo was going to turn it on. At any moment, Canelo could turn it on, and he already felt that in the first couple rounds, and he was respecting what Canelo had to offer. And when Triple G did try to punch, he was missing. So it made him very, very, very nervous of letting his hands go. It wasn't until the middle rounds when he started noticing that Canelo was fading away. And Canelo he gave up a lot of rounds. You know what I mean? He gave up a lot of rounds, staying along the ropes. I didn't see Triple G land anything effective. Like, there was no punch that rocked Canelo, that moved Canelo, that put him in a position where, oh shit, I think, you know, he landed some good flush punches, but I felt like Canelo was able to push Triple G back with his punches. He was able to stop Triple G's. Canelo's punches was 10 times more effective. 10 times more effective. And you can see in Triple G's body language the way he would stalk Canelo, get hit, and then he'd stop chasing and started moving towards the center of the ring. He's, you know, and Triple G's usually the guy where if you're along the ropes, I mean, if you're able to cut off the ring, you should be able to keep him in the corner. That's cutting off the ring. You keep him in the corner. You don't just take him to the corner and let him get away. You keep him in the corner. And Triple G wasn't able to keep the ring closed off. And I think that in a rematch, that's kind of one thing that Triple G is going to have to do. He's going to have to be able to cut off the ring on Canelo. And it feels really weird saying that. That's why I'm happy with the outcome of the fight, because there's a lot of things that happened that I didn't expect to happen. JJ, I'm never buying a boxing pay-per-view. Look, bro, you know, you can't cry me a river here, bro, because I had a good time. And don't ruin my parade, because I enjoyed the fight, and a lot of other people enjoyed the fight. Don't ruin our parade by saying that you're upset, bro. You know what I mean? You know, oh, I shouldn't have paid for this, da-da-da-da. Like, come on, dog. Come on. If you think Triple G won, was the fight entertaining or not? That's what you get nothing out of this fight other than a rematch, a possible fight in May. So pretty much you get to have this twice. So it's either you didn't like the fight, you didn't enjoy it, you thought it was boring, which I would understand. Then you wasted your money. But if you had fun watching the fight, then why wouldn't you want to see this again? To say you're not going to pay for a pay-per-view, I mean, you didn't have to pay for the pay-per-view. You could have streamed it. Like, no one would have been mad at you for streaming the fight. JJ, I'm still a Canelo fan. He never gave up. But goddamn, I'm not a moron. Triple G won and got robbed by judges again. All right, bro. It doesn't matter whether you don't have to keep saying that you're a Canelo fan for us to understand. Like, you thought Triple G won. I get it. I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. Neither guy was hurt once. Marvin Gardens. Exactly. It makes it a lot harder to judge a fight when both fighters are evenly matched and someone isn't getting hurt. You know, there's credible people who believe Triple G won too, bro. Like Boxing Librarian, but he thinks Triple G looked like trash. Well, I mean, like I said, I haven't completed my scorecard, so it may turn out that I see Triple G winning the fight. I mean, based on the scorecards, you have to win the rounds. But, you know, it's one of those things where there's a lot of credible people saying that Triple G won. There's a lot of credible people saying that Canelo won. It seems pretty split. And when you have three judges, the reason why there's three judges, again, is because you ask three different people, you're going to get three different answers. So the fact is that you're going to have people saying in a close fight, you're going to have people saying that one side won and the other side won. So let's do it again. That's what the rematch is for. That's what it's for. The rematch that's what it's for. And a good thing that it was a draw because it forces a rematch. It forces a rematch. If Triple G would have been given the fight, could we honestly say that he convincingly beat Canelo? I mean, I can't say that. And if they would have given it to Canelo, I wouldn't say that he convincingly beat Triple G. I would say that they each had their moments, but it was a very close fight. Very close fight. JJ, if Triple G looked like trash, what did Canelo look like? Jay, I mean, did you see Triple G getting hit in the face? Did you see that shit? Bro, he was getting lit up. Triple G was getting lit up. You know what I mean? He wasn't effective, man. He didn't look good. He was supposed to have power, and at least enough power for Canelo to respect it. Canelo was fighting half the round with his hands down. You know, his hands along his legs, like his gloves are down, and he's just moving his head. He had no respect for Triple G's power. You know, and that's not something that was supposed to happen. Triple G didn't land any body shots. That does look, when you have a standard of Triple G, not just knocking out people with liver shots, but he's going out there and enforcing body shots like we don't see other fighters do in the middleweight division. He's known for his body shots, and when he's not throwing them and he's not landing them, there's a problem, and people are going to say that he didn't look good. Canelo looked scared from 5 to 10. Canelo looked amateur in his footwork and ring generalship. Yeah. If Canelo was amateur in his footwork, why wasn't Triple G able to catch him? That's my question. Golden Boy / Oscar 1, the LDBAC are gonna be pissed. Well, I mean, I think boxing fans won. I think anybody that's a fan of boxing, anybody that enjoys fights, you won. You know what I mean? And the LDBC, I mean, if they watch boxing and they watch this fight, I guarantee you they probably had a good time, whether they admit it or not. So they won too. Canelo throws the best body shot. Yeah, I think Canelo has the better body shots and the more consistent body work. What's up, El Nopal? What's up, dog? Um, insane fighter. It's just that some Triple G fanboys are comparing him to Marvin Hagler and other great middleweights of the past. Now he doesn't look immortal, but that's because the competition. Canelo was nervous to me. Um, well, a lot of Triple G fans have been hyping him up um, a little bit too much. You know what I mean? A little bit too much. I get the similarities. Maybe you want to do a comparison with Marvin Hagler, where you compare situations. You know their position in the middleweight division, how long they're reigning as champions. If you want to do those kind of comparisons, yes. But down to the DNA of each fighter, you want to compare these guys pound for pound against each other. Um, Triple G has not fought the competition to prove that he's Marvin Hagler type, of fighter, of elite fighter. He is an elite fighter, definitely an elite fighter. You know what I mean? But in this era and not in Hagler's era, so it's very difficult to compare. Um, but with the rematch with Canelo, if he knocks Canelo out or stops Canelo, hurts Canelo, wasn't able to drop Canelo. Canelo's never been dropped in his career, but he wasn't able to drop Canelo, and Canelo moved up from shit. I mean, he's started his career welterweight, you know. Um, let's see here. It's cutting on you. Oh, and Nopal, I hope it works better a little bit. I'm a Triple G fan now too, and if they were to have a rematch, I will be rooting for Triple G. Although I still like Canelo. JJ. Well, I mean, that's the thing, man. I hope you're exaggerating when you say you're gonna go to the UFC and you're not gonna watch boxing again. You know what I mean? I hope that's an exaggeration. But at the end of the day, if Triple G won you over as a boxing fan, then that's good. It's definitely good. Um, G was supposed to run through Canelo. That's what I thought, Nopal. He was supposed to cut off the ring, dog. He was supposed to have the better jab. He was supposed to um, destroy Canelo. Canelo wasn't supposed to land 6 rounds. He wasn't supposed to last 6 rounds, bro. And I thought Canelo won the fight. I'm just gonna be honest. I thought Canelo won the fight. You know, wasn't an easy. It wasn't a. I stopped scoring. I just started enjoying the fight. But as I enjoyed it, of course, my head's, kind of sizing them up round by round, and I'm thinking Canelo's winning the fight. But I'm gonna do a full scorecard tomorrow, and it'll be legit, and it'll be official. It'll be my official scorecard, and we'll run through it. We'll see what we agree on and what we disagree on. But at the moment, I'm not mad at the draw. I think it's a good decision because we get to see the fight again. Um, I like both fighters too, bro. Not every fight they're gonna be a knockout when you fight better competition. That's right. That's right. These guys are two elite fighters, and if you've seen these two guys, you would know that neither of these guys have ever touched the canvas. So there's a good chance this is a fight that lasts 12 rounds. Even though they're knockout artists, they can still last 12 rounds because they're technical fighters. They're not just brawlers. They're not going out there knocking motherfuckers out and putting themselves in unnecessary danger. They're being smart and calculated. And both of these fighters boxed and tried to outpower each other, but it was a fucking dance off, and you know seemed like a very very even fight. So JJ Triple G did run through Canelo. JJ, you thought Triple G ran through Canelo, bro? Dude. Reagan. Bullshit, you work for the dark side. Triple G won. Did he really? Did he really? I thought he was. Yeah, I thought he was the king at cutting off the ring, and he couldn't do it with Canelo. I saw Canelo win the fight, but I'm happy that Triple G gets to keep his belts for a little bit longer before Canelo beats him in the rematch. Um, and you know, I think after judging this fight in a rematch, I 100% am very confident that Canelo beats him. Convincingly, 100%. Just based on this performance. A lot of flaws, and you start seeing that Canelo has a lot of advantages over Triple G. He moves better. His jab's better. You know? I was saying this, but they never fought against each other, so it was hard to convince people to say that. But now there's footage. I could fucking go on YouTube right now. The fight's on there, and I could post up and show you what rounds I think Canelo won. And you know, there's no arguing after you see the fight. But guess what? Guess what? A lot of people, a lot of fans, a lot of weird fans we're saying that fucking what that McGregor was dominating. That's what some fans would say. McGregor was dominating. He was dominating until they had to stop the fight. They stopped the fight early. They robbed McGregor. You know, even in that fight, you see the casuals come out and they say weird shit like that. Like, what fight were you watching? What fight were you guys watching? El Nopal, Canelo did better than Jacobs. Yeah, of course he did better than Jacobs, man. Jacobs got dropped, bro. You know what I mean? Canelo didn't even look hurt at all, ever, in that fight. He was along the ropes where he shouldn't have been. He was playing in hell, bro. You're not supposed to go there against Triple G, apparently. But Canelo spent most of the fight there, and it didn't do anything. Triple G was still having trouble with him. And everyone knows Jacobs beat Triple G. But, you know, Triple G fans won't admit that that fight was as close. Remember, Triple G fans were saying that, oh, well, Triple G dominated Jacobs. He fucking dominated. Knocked him down, fucked him up. The scorecards are all fucking whack, man. They're all fucking weird. All fucking weird. All right, guys. Well, tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to do my real scorecard. Kind of hard to talk about, you know, every round without having the scorecard in front of me and me actually taking the time to score every round individually. But this is what I'm going to do tonight. I've been waiting after this live stream to watch the fight. I want to see it again. Sorry, bro. I'm a Canelo fan. I see it in his eyes. JJ, I think none of us believe that you are a Canelo fan. You've been saying that in almost every sentence. Like the first 3 words that you put down is I am a Canelo fan. But I think at this point we don't believe you, or I don't believe you. I don't think you're a Canelo fan. I think that Triple G. I think that you are trying to you're not happy that Triple G didn't get the victory. You know what I mean? Which is fine. But you're saying that Canelo looked afraid. Canelo comes out more reserved in the next bout, tries to save his gas tank. He will risk losing the early rounds, so it will be the exact same fight. No need to buy it again. Yeah. Tries to save his... What? Dude, I get it. You don't want to buy another boxing fight. I get it. Don't buy it. Stream it. You should have streamed this one. I don't know what you were thinking, man. Look, here's the thing. If you feel you got robbed, that was your own decision. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have bought it. Don't maybe you shouldn't have bought it because you were on a budget. You know what I mean? And you spent a little bit more money than you should have. That was your decision. No one told you to buy it. You could have streamed it. There's a Fire Stick. There's so many other options. No one's forcing you. There's plenty of people out there to buy the fight. You didn't have to buy it, but you did. Okay? Now you have to eat it. Bite the bullet, man. Did you enjoy the fight or did you not? I think you're just sour about the outcome. Hands of Stone, 95% got Triple G winning. 95% of what? 95% of the blind? 95% of Triple G fans? 95% of what got Triple G winning? Marvin Gardner, that statistic is so shaky, the president will probably reach. Yo, man, that one fool, he nailed it when he said Triple G fans are like fucking, are like Trump fans, man. You guys are fucking weird, just coming out with fake news, bullshit. That's fake news. UFC shows all humans around the world. Cool story. I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah. Very surprised on how Triple G wasn't able to do what everyone said he was going to do. And for the most part, Canelo was able to do a lot of the things that we were talking about. Counter, body shots, move around the ring, be elusive, hard to hit, difficult target, counterpunch, defense. These were all the things that we were saying that Canelo had as an attribute. So I think a lot of Triple G fans are going to have to... Look, whatever you do, Triple G fans, for this next rematch, don't bet. Don't waste your money. Don't bet. Because there's a good chance, even though you're right, there's a good chance you're wrong. Even if it turns out to be right, there's a good chance you're wrong. JJ, Triple G didn't land jabs in the first round. That was actually one of the things that they were talking about. Triple G really didn't let his hands go in the first round. He missed a lot. He got countered heavily. Triple G didn't win the first round. Not from, and I scored that round. So I'll stand by that. I scored that round. First round, he didn't win it. Second round, Triple G didn't win it. Third round, Triple G lost. Fourth round, Triple G lost. Fifth round, Triple G lost. That's how I had it, and then I stopped scoring. JJ, I think you or J11 Yaj 2017 J, shit, that's a lot of fucking J's. I just think that we gotta watch the fight again. Maybe you should watch it again. I'll watch it again. I loved it. I enjoyed every second of it. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I completely disagree with that scorecard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was for Canelo. I gave it to Canelo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the first 5 rounds. Canelo, I thought, convincingly won those rounds. The other rounds ahead of that, Canelo tired out, and I think that it's a little bit harder to score, and I really wasn't paying attention to trying to score. I was trying to enjoy the fight. But, I'll watch it from round 1. See if any of those 5 original rounds that I scored change. Guys, my phone is dying, so I want to let you guys go before it just closes off on you, but I'm going to do another video tomorrow with an official scorecard coming from me, and we'll talk about this fight a little bit more in detail. This is Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm out.